everyone, it's Nadia from YARNutopia. Today we are making this adorable cat, Amigurumi. This is so cute and so funny looking, and I had a lot of fun making it, so I hope you enjoy this video. The supplies we are going to use today are all Red Heart Super Saver yarn. So I have it right here, the label, if you want to use the exact yarn as me. I'm using two colors. I'm using Aran for the body and then Warm Brown for the rest of the pieces. We are going to be making this in separate pieces, all separate pieces, and then we're going to be sewing this all together and embroidering the face. If you have safety eyes, you can attach safety eyes. You don't have to make eyes like I did, but we are making all the embellishments and then sewing them on later. But you'll need also some stuffing, so make sure you have just some polyfill. You'll need a medium amount of polyfill to stuff the body of this piece and a little bit in the arms. And the size yarn, like I said, it is a size 4 medium worsted weight yarn, which is 10 ply, so make sure you have something equivalent if you want to make this. Also, we are using a G6 size hook, which is 4.25 millimeters, so make sure you have that handy along with a yarn needle and a scissors because we will be cutting our yarn and sewing our pieces on, so these are essential in this project. Also, I used scraps of white and black just to embroider the face, so if you want to have scraps of that, you can have that handy. Before we get started, I do want to mention, check out all the links in the description of this video. That's such a funny face. We are putting the links to the blog where you can find the written pattern for this project. There's also a link to my Facebook. Make sure to join me there. There's a link to my Instagram. Make sure to join me there. If you post a photo on Instagram, be sure to hashtag YARNutopia so that I can see your work. Also, follow me on Snapchat. I put my username in the description of this video. And follow me here on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. And be sure to go to my channel on YouTube. On the right hand side there's a blue button that says support us, or I think it just says support, so if you want to click that and support us so we can keep bringing you crochet tutorials, that would be much appreciated. And I want to thank my dad, Fuad, Azmat, for taking the time out to make these videos with us. He is our photographer, our videographer, our editor, everything. He does everything, so thank you so much. So without further ado, let's just get started in making this hilarious looking cat. Alright, to start off we have to make a slip knot, so get your lighter color and put the short end over the long end, then fold that down and pull that through and pull tight. We're going to start off by making the body, so insert your hook and we're ready to go. We're going to start off by chaining 2, so yarn over and pull through 1 and 2. Now in the second chain from the hook we are going to put 6 single crochets, so the loop that's on your hook never counts as anything, so count 1 and 2, and we're just going to insert our hook right into that chain, then yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. That's a single crochet. Okay, we have to make 6 in total in that same chain, so go back into that chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Again, go into that chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So that's 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you can see I'm working in a circular form because we are working in continuous rounds in a circular pattern. At this point you want to put your stitch marker in. I'm just going to use a different color piece of yarn and I'm just going to stick it right in there. Okay, also in this pattern we are working in the back loops only, so we usually go through both loops like this, through the stitches, but this is the back loop and this is the front loop. Front loop, back loop. Okay, we're going to just be going through the back loop like this. Okay, in this whole pattern. Okay, so going on to round 2, we want to put 2 single crochet into each stitch around in the back loop only. So go right into this stitch, right into this back loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, and again right back into that same stitch. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So we just put 2 single crochets in that same stitch. Going to the next stitch, back loop only, we're going to put 2 single crochet. So 1 and 2. Next stitch, back loop only, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, go back into that stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, and we want to do that all the way around. At the end of round 2, you should have 12 single crochets. So I'm almost done here, so I just have 2 more stitches left. And then if you need to, count back so you make sure that you do have your 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now you can move your stitch marker up to this next row, or next round here, and then on round 3 we are going to be putting 2 single crochet in the first stitch and 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then we're repeating that all the way around. And we're working in the back loops only, so insert your hook in this first stitch right here, yarn over, pull through 2, go back into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, then hop to the next stitch and just put 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Remember, back loop only. Okay, just like that. Hop to the next stitch and put 2 single crochet in there. So 1 and 2. And then the next stitch will just have 1 single crochet. Just like that. Then hop to the next, put 2 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Then 2 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next. Then 2 single crochet in the next, and then 1 in the next. Okay, last grouping here, 2 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next. And now we're back to the beginning, and you should be able to count back around. You should have 18 single crochets at this point. So now going up to round 4, we're going to move our stitch marker up, and now we're going to do another increase. We're going to put 2 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 and 2, and then we're putting 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So just put 1 single crochet in here and 1 single crochet in here. And remember, we're still working in the back loops only. It gives this nice ribbed look, which is really cool. It gives it dimension. So just repeat that around. So I'll put 2 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Then 2 single crochet in the next, and then 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Okay, so do that around. At the end of this round you'll have 24 single crochet, so I'll meet you up when I have my 24. Alright, just finishing up round 4 here, and now we can move our stitch marker up and go on to round 5. For round 5, we are going to put 2 single crochet in the first stitch and then 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and repeat that around. So put 2 single crochet in this first stitch, okay, and then 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches for this round. Okay, just like that. Then repeat, so put 2 single crochets in this next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Okay, again, 2 single crochet in the next stitch, and 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So at the end of this round you'll have 30 single crochets. So I'll meet you up and we'll go on to round 6 together. Alright, I'm just finishing round 5 here, and we can move up our stitch marker. And now going on to round 6, so I have 30 single crochets now. For round 6 we are going to do another increase. So we're going to put 2 single crochet in the first stitch and then 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches this time. So put 2 single crochet in the first stitch, remember back loops only we're working in, 2 in the first, and then 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then just repeat that all the way around. So put 2 single crochets in the next, and 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. Okay, then 2 single crochet in the next, 1 and 2, and then 1 single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. So at the end of this round you'll have 36 single crochets. So I'll just meet you up when I finish this round. We'll go on to round 7 together. Alright, finishing round 6 here. I have 36 single crochets all the way around. Moving up my stitch marker, we are going to do one more increase round. So round 7, we are going to put 2 single crochets in the first stitch and then 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches. So insert your hook here and put 2 single crochet, 1 and 2 in this first stitch, and then put 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then repeat that all the way around. So put 2 single crochets in the next stitch, 1 and 2, and then put 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Again, put 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in each of the next 5 stitches. So at the end of this round you will have 42 single crochets. So I'm going to meet you up when we go on to round 8 at that point. Alright, so I'm just finishing up round 7 here. So now I have my 42 single crochets all the way around. That was our last increase round. So now rounds 8 through 25, it's all just a repeat. We are just putting 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So moving up my stitch marker, and instead of putting 2 in this first one, we're just putting 1 single crochet in this first one, and 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way around this piece in the back loops only, and we are doing that for rounds 8 through 25. So I'm just going to continue working in the spiral and just working 1 single crochet in each stitch until I finish round 25. And once I'm finished with round 25, we'll fasten off together and we'll go on to making the face. Alright, so I just finished rounds 8 through 25 here. So this is what it looks like. And we are going to fasten off at this point. And we are going to fasten off with a long tail. So to fasten off, we're going to insert our hook right into the next stitch, and you want to go underneath both loops at this point, not just through the back loop. And insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and pull through for a slip stitch. Okay, and then to fasten off, I like to just chain up 1, and then we're going to cut our yarn, and we're going to cut it quite long because we're going to use that for sewing. And then we're going to continue pulling that all the way through our slip stitch there, or chain up 1, and pull tight. Okay, you can remove your stitch marker, and that is what our cat body is going to look like. Okay, so later on we are going to sew this closed, but we want to attach all the embellishment pieces before we stuff this and close it. So you can just set this aside at this point and grab your darker color, and we're going to make the face. So to make the face, we are basically just repeating rounds 1 through 6 of the body. So make a slip knot, so put your short end over the long end, fold that down and pull that through. And we are going to chain 2, 1 and 2. And I'm going to kind of go through this this portion a little bit faster just because it is repeating rounds 1 through 6 of the body. So if you need a slower version, you can just rewind this video and watch rounds 1 through 6 of the body. But we are going to put 6 single crochet in the second chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I'm going to insert my stitch marker here. And and we're working in the back loops only, so remember that. And we are going to put 2 single crochet in this first stitch here. So 1 and 2, and we're going to put 2 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So at the end of this round you should have 12 single crochet. Okay, then going on to round 3, I'm moving my stitch marker up, and we are going to put 2 single crochet in the first stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Remember, back loops only. So 2 single crochet in the next, and then 1 in the next, and we're repeating that around. So we'll have 18 single crochet at the end of this round. So 2, and then 1. Okay, 2, and then 1, and 2, and then 1. Then move your stitch marker up. Going on to round 4, we are going to put 2 single crochet in the first stitch and 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 2 in the same stitch, and then 1 in the next, and 1 in the next. Okay, 1 and 2, and then 1 and 1. 1 and 2, 1 and 1. 1 and 2, 1 and 1, 1 and 2, and 1 and 1. And you should have 24 single crochets around on this round 4. Going up to round 5, we are going to put 2 single crochet in the first stitch and 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. And then repeating that all the way around, so 2 in the next, 1 in the next 3 stitches, 2 single crochets in the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and we're doing that around, and we're increasing by 6 each round. So at the end of this round we will have 30 single crochets, and I'm almost there. And then we can go on to round 6 real quick. 1 and 2, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so round 6 we are going to move our stitch marker up and put 2 single crochet in the first stitch and then 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches, and then repeating that around. So put 2 single crochet in the next stitch and then 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches, and then repeat 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, 2 in the next, 1 in the next 4 stitches, 2 in the next, and then 1 in the next 4. Okay, last section here, 2 single crochet in the next, and then 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. I'll have 36 single crochets at the end of this round. And now going on to our last round, we are actually, round 7 is just 1 single crochet into each stitch around, so no more increasing. Just put 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around for, again, a total of 36 single crochet. And then we will fasten off. So I'll meet you up when I finish round 7. Alright, so I just finished round 7. I just put 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So now we're going to fasten off. And how to do that, we're going to go into the next stitch, and we're going to go under both of the loops, front loop and back loop, yarn over, pull through and through for a slip stitch, and then to fasten off, just chain up 1. We're going to cut our yarn quite long because we're going to use this for sewing. And then we're going to continue pulling that through like that and pull tight. You can remove your stitch marker, and there is our face. So we can set that piece aside right now, And then we go on to making the legs. And for the legs, we have to make 4 of those. And grab your darker color, again, the same color as your face. Make a slip knot. Okay, and then for the legs, we want to chain 2. So yarn over, pull through, 1 and 2. And then in the second chain from the hook, we are going to put 6 single crochet. So the loop that's on your hook doesn't count, so count 1 and 2 and go right in there. Okay, just basically how we've been doing round 1 for the body and for the face. We are just putting 6 single crochet in this chain here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, I'm going to insert my stitch marker because we are working in continuous rounds and in the back loops only. And we are going to go on to round 2. We are going to put 2 single crochet into each stitch around. So basically repeating rounds 2 of the body and of the face. So 1 and 2, oops, in that same stitch, going to the next stitch, putting 2 single crochets in there, 1 and 2, 2 single crochets in the next, 1 and 2, 2 in the next, 1 and 2, 2 in the next, and 2 in the last. So you should have 12 single crochet at this point. Now move your stitch marker up, and rounds 3 through 6, we are just putting 1 single crochet in each stitch around, and again in the back loops only. So go right into the back loop of this stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Jump to the next stitch right away and put a single crochet in there. Next stitch, just put 1 single crochet in each stitch around. This is round 3. I'm going to finish round 3 through 6, so I'm going to finish round 6 and I'll meet you up when we're about to fasten off. Alright, once you finish round 6, this is what it should look like, and we are just going to fasten off. So just slip stitch into the next stitch and then chain 1 and cut your yarn longer for sewing and continue pulling that. Pull tight, remove your stitch marker, and you have a leg. So just rewind this segment if you need to and make 3 more of these, so you have 4 in total, and they all 4 should look like this. All same size. Okay, and then we're going to set those aside and we are going to go on to making the ears. Alright, so make the ear, we are going to make a slip knot first. So using your darker colors, just like the color we made for the face and for the legs, we are using that same color. So make a slip knot, just put the short end over the long end, fold that down, and pull that through. Okay, insert your hook. And to make the ear, we have to chain 2, 1 and 2. And then in the second chain from the hook, we are going to put 4 single crochets. So insert your hook in that first chain there, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So do 4 of those in there. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you can insert your stitch marker just right in there. And now for round 2 we are going to put 2 single crochet in this next stitch and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch and repeat that again. So in this first stitch here, if you have to count back 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right in this first stitch, again in the back loop only, we're going to put 2 single crochet. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then again insert your hook back in there, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then jump to the next stitch and go into the back loop of that one and make a single crochet, just 1 single crochet in that stitch, and then jump to the next stitch and we're going to put 2 single crochets in there, 1 and 2. And then in the next stitch, the last stitch of this round, we are just going to put 1 single crochet. Just like that. that was round 2. Going up to round 3, we are going to put 2 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 and 2, and then 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 1, and then repeat that. So put 2 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 and 2, and then 1 single crochet in the last 2 stitches on this round, 1 and 1. Okay, then we can move our stitch marker up, and on this next round, round 4, we are going to put 2 single crochet in the first stitch. Remember, back loops only. 1 and 2, and then 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and repeat that one more time. So put 2 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. Alright. Then we are going on to round 5, so put your stitch marker up, 1 row, there we go. Going on to round 5, we are going to put 2 single crochet in the next stitch, 1, 2, and then 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then repeat that. So put 2 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 and 2, and then 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's our last stitch on this round. So move your stitch marker up, and now we're going to work on round 6. We are going to put 2 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 and 2, and then 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then repeat that. So put 2 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 and 2, and then 1 single crochet in the rest of the stitches on this round, which is the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, now round 7 is our last round here, and we can move our stitch marker up. And we are just going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch around, because it's our last round and we just need to clean this up here. So just put 1 single crochet in each stitch around. You should have 14 single crochets in total, and I think I do. And then I'll show you just how to fasten off here real quick. I'm just putting 1 single crochet in each stitch around. This is round 7, our very last round for the ear. Okay, so I just have 3 stitches left. Alright, so then to fasten off, we want to slip stitch to this next stitch right here. So just insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and pull through. And then to fasten off, I just chain up 1, cut my yarn kind of long because we will be using that for sewing, and just continue pulling that through. Pull tight, remove the stitch marker or that extra piece of yarn, and then shape your ear, and there you have it. So just rewind this section and make 1 more of these ears, and I'll meet you up when we have our piece done, and we'll make the tail. Alright, to start off the tail, we want to start with our darker color, so the color we used for our feet, ears, and face, and make a slip knot. So put the short end over the long end, fold that down, and pull that through. Okay, and we can start out, so we want to chain 2, so yarn over, pull through, 1 and 2, and then in the second chain from the hook we want to put 4 single crochets. So very similar to the first round of the ear that we did. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we want to insert our stitch marker and go on to round 2. And for round 2, we want to put 2 single crochet into each stitch around, so each of these 4 stitches, and we're working in the back loops only. So I'm going to hop to this very first one here, insert my hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and again insert my hook right back in there, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then hop to the next stitch and put 2 single crochets in there, 1 and 2, and then hop to the next, put 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and hop to the next, and we will put 2 single crochets in this last stitch here. Then going on to round 3, we have 8 single crochets around, and now we're done increasing for the tail, so now we just have to make this long enough. I am going to do rounds 3 through 7 in this color here. We're just putting 1 single crochet into each stitch around for rounds 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then I'll meet you up because I'm going to change color after round 7, and because I just want the tip of the tail to be this color. So once I finish round 7, I'll meet you up and we'll go on to round 8 together by changing color. Alright, so I just finished round 7 here, so I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm just going to move my stitch marker up there, and actually before you finish your last stitch on this round, so I have 1 more stitch left, we are going to change color. So insert your hook like you're going to make your stitch and yarn over and pull through like this, but then hold it with these 2 loops on your hook. Now we're going to change color, and we're going to hook on our new color. Just hook it on your hook and then pull that through to finish off that single crochet. Just like that. Okay, then you can pull that tight, drop your stragglers, and then I'm going to move my stitch marker up, and then you can single crochet around regularly. And for rounds 8 through 15, we are just single crocheting around, just like we've been doing. But to fasten off, I'm going to hold this on now because I just made a couple of single crochets in my next stitches, and I'm going to grab this straggler and the old color. I'm going to cut that, and then you want to tie that in a knot. So just tie them in a knot and then hide them in the inside of the tail. Okay, so I tied them in a knot, and then we can just shove them inside the tail. Those will be hidden. Just like that. Okay, and now you can just continue on your way, just single crocheting around for rounds 8 through 15. We're just putting 1 single crochet in each stitch around now with our new color. And once I finish round 15, I will meet you up and we'll fasten off together. Alright, I just finished round 15 here, so we're just going to slip stitch to the next stitch and fasten off. So chain up 1, cut your yarn sort of longer because we are going to use that for sewing, and then pull that all the way through, pull tight, remove your stitch marker. And now our pieces are all complete, so now we have to sew this all together. So what we're going to do is take our unstuffed body here, and we are going to move it around kind of like this so that the straggler is on either end. So this end or this end, whichever one you want to sew it on. I'm just going to keep it on this end right here. And then this is going to be the front of our cat here. So we're going to be sewing on the face. And you can use the photograph to use as a diagram on where you need to place your pieces. I'm just going to place them here, and then the 2 ears up here, and then 2 of the legs here, and then the 2 other legs will be sewn on last because we have to close this before we can sew those on. And then the tail will obviously be in the back. So to sew on our pieces, we need a yarn needle, and we're going to start with the face. I'm just going to yarn our needle. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my hand inside this cat piece, kind of like a mitt, so I don't sew it closed basically. And I'm going to use my hand as a barrier, and I'm just going to go in to the cat piece and then out. And then once I get to that point, it's going to be much easier. I am going to just go in and out of these stitches just like this. Okay, and I'm just going to make sure that it is centered and comfortable and everything where I want it to be, so that it's not off center. You may need to manipulate it a little bit, you know, to get to where you want it to be, but then once you have it, you just go in and out, just sew this piece to your body, and then once I have this sewn on, I will meet you up and we'll sew on some other pieces. I do want to show that once you come back around to fasten off, we're going to go inside our piece, okay, and then you're going to look at it from the inside, and we're going to just go around a few stitches from the inside, just like that, and then just tie it a knot or two. Just like that. And then you don't even have to cut the yarn. You can just shove it back in there because it's going to be hidden anyway. So that is how you sew on the face. Now we're going to sew on the ears, and you don't have to stuff this, so just make sure that your straggler is on one side, either this side or this side. Position it where you want it to be. Yarn your needle. And then for this part, we want to sew it on. We can sew the two pieces flat, and we're just going to kind of whip stitch them together. Okay, so just going in, around, going through both of the layers of the ear, and just going around in circles like that. Okay. Then to fasten off, I'll show you how to do that. I'm almost to the end here. Just 3 more stitches. Okay, then to fasten off, we're going to go back around, back into the ear, hold that loop up, go back around into it, and pull tight. Okay, and then once you have that tied off, you can go back into the ear and into the body and pull that through the bottom. And you can just leave that. You don't even have to cut it because it can just be shoved inside of there. So there's one ear, so I'm going to sew on the other ear and make that exactly just like that one. Just position it right here. And then once I have that sewn on, I'll meet you back up to sew on some more pieces. Alright, so I just sewed on my ears here, and now we want to sew on the 2 legs on this side, on the sides right here. But before we do, we want to slightly stuff them. So just grab a tiny little bit of stuffing and shove that inside of there. Okay, you probably just need a half amount of that. Okay, you want it to just be really squishy, almost flat, but very slightly stuff that, just like that. Okay, and then position it where you want it. I think I want mine way up here. And then grab your yarn needle and basically just sew it on exactly how we sewed on the ears. So just going whip stitching it back and forth, or I'm sorry, in like rounds, I guess. So going in like this, and then in through the 2 layers, and then back around, just like that. So sew on both of your arms, or paws I guess, on each side, and then I'll meet you up and we will sew on the tail, and we'll also sew on, we'll make the face, then we will sew up the body, and then we will put the 2 bottom feet on. Okay, so I just sewed on both of these paws or arms here. So now we're just going to flip this over and we're going to sew on the tail. So the tail doesn't have to be stuffed at all, and we just want it to go right in the center bottom here. And we're going to just sew it flat. Okay, very similar to how we sewed the arms and the ears on. We're just going to go through some stitches like this and then go back around. So kind of just like whip stitching this to it in the center of the back. There we go. Just making sure that it's secure. Okay, and again. Just like that. Okay, then to fasten off, we're going to tie a knot, and then we're going to just put that yarn back inside the body. We don't even have to cut our yarn or anything. It will be hidden inside the body, just like that. And this is nice because then you can play around with the tail and shape it however you'd like, kind of like that. And we'll have the tail on the back, and you can kind of see when it stands up that it will come out the side. This will be nice. Okay, so now we are going to make the face, okay, because we still need to sew in and out. So grab your black yarn, and if you have safety eyes, you can use safety eyes if you'd like. Otherwise, just follow along. I'm just going to grab black yarn. We're just going to embroider a face. So we're just going to go in from the inside, and then where you want your eyes to be, kind of just eyeball it. Eyeball it for your eyes. And we're just going to make simple slit eyes. And you want to go around enough to make them noticeable. So I'm going to go around 3 times, and for the 3rd time I'm just going to go back into the body like that. Okay, and if you've seen my sheep, my shenanigans sheep, this kind of is like how I made his eyes. So now we're just going to come out this side and make the eyes for this side. And sometimes it takes a few tries to make these eyes. You know, if you have safety eyes, it's going to be much easier and just pop those on. But I don't have safety eyes, so I'm just going to make eyes myself. Okay, and then once you have the 2 eyes on, then we want to cut the yarn that's attached to the ball and then tie these 2 pieces together inside of the body. Okay, so I'm just tying them in knots, triple or quadruple, it's totally up to you. Okay, and then kind of just shape them to be looking good. Okay, then we have to make a mouth, like a cat, and a little tiny nose. So to do that, we're going to do it very similar to how we did the eyes. We're going to make this nose right in the center here. So embroidering is a little difficult, but once you get the hang of it, you can, and if you're working, you know, slow enough, but sometimes on camera, can't really work that slow. Okay, so there's our nose, and now what I'm going to do is come back up through here, right into the yarn, like that. And I'm going to come down. Go back in. Okay, and then we have to make a little bit of a cat mouth, so we're going to come back around here. And then you want to come back up through the black thread, or the black yarn, and then go back to the middle here. And then come back up here. And do it to the opposite side. Come back to the middle. Just like that. Okay, now to fasten off, again, cut that yarn and then tie a knot on the inside where all of your yarn is jumbled up. Just tie a triple or quadruple knot so it does not come undone. Okay, and now I just want to add a tiny little detail in the eye. Like I said, if you had your safety eyes, it would be much easier. But I'm just going to add a little dot, a little speck of white in the eye, on both eyes. Just to give that little detail of a cat. Okay, then you can cut that yarn and tie those in a knot on the inside. Okay, and then to make them really pop though, you want to kind of use your needle to kind of pull that out so you can see them. There we go. And now we can sew up our bottom because our face is done. It's so cute. Okay, so now you want to take the yarn that we cut our or fastened off our body with right here, and yarn our needle with that. We want to stuff this piece, so grab a bunch of your stuffing, and you can stuff it however you'd like. You can lightly stuff it, or stuff it so it's super chubby and round. Totally up to you. That's creator's choice. Okay, I'm going to stuff it just like that. It's so funny looking. Okay, so now we want to just fold this in half. like this. And we are just going to whip stitch this across. So just go in from one side, or I'll turn this around, out to the other side. In this side, out this side. In this side, out this side. And just do that all the way across. Once I get to the other side, I will meet you up and we will finish this off together. Oh, also, once you get closer like to this point and there's a little bit of room in here, you can stuff some more in there just to kind of get to the bottom of this part here if you would like. And that's probably what I'm going to do. And then I'll meet you up when I'm going to fasten off and we can add the last 2 legs onto our body. Alright, I'm just coming up on the end here, and now we want to fasten off, so we're just going to go in, pull up that loop, go back around, push that through, and pull tight. Now, with this straggler, we want to just sew that back into our piece, and since this thing is super squishy, I just like to squish it, pull this all the way through on my needle, cut any extra, and then stretch it out to hide that straggler inside the body. And then you can kind of shape this piece. Oh, it looks so funny. Okay, so now we want to attach our last 2 feet right down here, and we're not going to stuff these. We are just going to attach them like we did the other 2, except these ones are flat. And we are going to attach them so they're like this. So you actually want to push them, put them up like this, and then just kind of go around like this from the underside so that it looks like your cat is sitting. Okay, so we're just whip stitching this across. And then to fasten that off, we're just going to go through, hold up that loop, go back around, and pull tight. Then we want to put this back into the leg part, and we can cut that and then stretch that out so that is hidden inside. And then that is what it's going to look like. So I'm going to do the other one off camera and I'll meet you up when I'm finished. Alright, so I just sewed on this last foot here, and this is what our cat looks like. It looks so funny. So I hope you enjoyed making this cat and learned something and you can enjoy it. So thank you so much for watching and learning how to do that with me. And make sure to check out those links in the description of this video. I'll have a link to the blog where you can get the pattern for this cat, along with the link to my Facebook. Make sure to join me on Facebook, and if you make this cat or make something similar, make sure to share a photo on the Facebook so we can admire your work. Also, if you post a photo on Instagram, be sure to hashtag YARNutopia so that I can see your work. And follow me on Instagram as well. I'll put my link to my my Instagram in the description of this video. Also, follow me on Snapchat, subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Happy hooking, everybody!